Feel the power of you controlling your breathing. In through your nose and out through your mouth. You've got your legs crossed, your back straight, your eyes closed. You remember the truth. You know the truth that you were born to win, to take control of your life the way you take control of your breathing. One breath at a time, one thought at a time. So let's do that right now. Let's see ourselves doing the best we can as we begin our day today in the best way possible. Winning the morning, winning our mind, and growing our minds and our bodies. And whatever we do. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best walk we've ever done when that music shuts off. Right here, right where we are, right where we sit. Because we know the truth. After all, we're made of truth. We're made of the same stuff the universe is made of. That's what makes you infinitely intelligent. See yourself right now doing the best walk you've ever done when that music shuts off. When that music goes off, you're going to win. You're going to make it real. You're going to make your dream, your vision real.
Do 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 do
for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Ride to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop. Skip it. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
Inside him, Fabregas, Messi, Adriano. Oh, there's the winner, and guess who? Lionel Messi.
Good morning, guys. One of the most amazing things we can do as human beings, as Maya Angelou reminds us today, is we can turn our struggles into triumphs. We can take defeats, losses, pain, evil, and through the power and control of our mind, we can turn it into our greatest victories, our greatest moments in life, our greatest service to others. So let's remember this advice from Maya Angelou today. It's up to you. If you are willing to look at some of the moments in your life that have caused you the most pain, the most darkness, and use your powerful mind, your thinking, and go perhaps alone and go into deep thought as she did to learn from other human beings, you can flip it and turn it all around and create the most powerfully positive force in this world that comes from you and is shared with others. Let's apply this today and forever. Have a great morning, everyone.
Today, I get to share some ideas with you on health that I've learned in my own personal journey, but also as a high performance coach for 16 years. You know, one of the fundamental, most important things that we all want in our life is a sense of vitality. And that vitality is we want to feel, you know, mentally engaged, alert, focused, enthusiastic. We want to feel energetically, like physically energized, right? Physically, we want to feel a sense of that health. And it's one of really the only 4 things that we all deeply desire. We talk a lot about it here in Growth Day, that you can give anybody anything, but what we all really truly want is aliveness. That's what I mean by vibrancy, connection with others and with ourselves, meaningful pursuits, things that we're doing that we enjoy or see as important or contributing, and growth, like growing as persons. So all of that is really important, but that sense of aliveness, I always put that at the top of that little diagram because it's so important to us. When we don't have a sense of aliveness, even if we have amazing relationships, when we are fatigued and wiped out, we can have the greatest marriage or partner or spouse or intimate relationship, but the zest isn't there. We can have a great job. We can have incredible opportunities to serve. We can love our passions and our hobbies, but if we're wiped out, it doesn't feel as good. I know you all know this. And that is why it's so important that we focus on our health. Now, I want to do full disclaimers with you. I am not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a neuroscientist. I am not a health advisor, coach, or medical professional in any capacity. I'm a high performance coach. This means I work with people primarily on their mindset and their habits and their relationships. And today, what I'd like to share is a couple ideas. And I'll remind you, as a high performance coach, one of my fundamental jobs is to challenge my clients to a higher level. So in doing that, I will, of course, share my own journey and my own struggles, but I'll mostly focus on what we've learned in the science. I will also share with you the idea that I'll be empathetic about it, but also I want to be that person who challenges you in this area of your life. For 15 years, every audience I've stood in front of in my life, I have said, if this has not been the year that you have made the decision as an adult to get in the best health of your life ever, make that this year. I've said this for 16 years in front of every audience I can get in front of. Because I believe most of us, we look back, oh, I was healthier when I was a kid, or maybe I was healthier when I was in my 20s or whatever. And we just don't say, you know what, this is going to be that year. But I know some of you have. You said, maybe this is the year I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to sleep better. I'm going to work out more. I'm going to pay attention to, my nutrition or my supplementation. I'm going to run a marathon. What you all do as strivers and achievers always blows my mind, and it raises my aspiration. But I want to do the same thing for you today. I want you to raise your aspiration and your vision in your health. Even if you're struggling right now, which you can hear we all do. even if it's been a challenge in the past. Okay. But at some point, we have to take dramatic personal responsibility for our health. If it's true that we all want a sense of aliveness, mental energy, physical vitality, that pop and zest in our lives. And if that's true, then accept the challenge today. And please be aware, I'm offering this today in that context, knowing as we can have the empathetic conversation, but we also must have the personal accountability and personal vision conversation in personal growth. And that's my job for you today. My job is to raise that level up. That's what I do as a high performance coach. Those are my disclaimers for you today, because as I jump into my points, some of them will feel like I'm pushing. And I know sometimes people say, you know what? He doesn't understand, or he thinks everybody, I'm like, no, I understand, but it's still my job. It's my job as a high performance coach to lift that higher level, to be that kind but demanding force in our lives, in my life, in your lives. If I didn't demand more from myself than how I naturally felt all the time, trust me, there would be no growth day. There would be no 500 million views of my videos or 100 million downloads of my podcasts. There would be no impact. We would have never met, because it's very easy for me not to do my daily job or my health routines, just like you. It's an easy choice not to do the things we know that are good for us. How do we get us there? We've got to set a higher standard. We've got to demand it of ourselves. So forgive me, that will be my framing today. It's not always popular, especially in the health category, to say these things, especially in the mental health category to say these things. So please understand my framing. Not a doctor, high performance coach, gonna challenge you. And you'll know that with this very first point. So here we go. My first point today is health is luck, ... and self-respect. Woo! The first time I ever said that was by accident on stage, and I heard myself, I was like, ooh, and the audience kind of hushed out a little bit. I thought, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. But here's what I mean by that. Health, we have to understand, there is a evolutionary and a biological reason that you feel the way that you do, right? It's very important to understand in both, I really believe, mental health and physical health, it is that kind of 50-50 kind of thing. And when we blend it together, by the way. But there's no question that some people biologically feel more fatigued or more depressed or more anxious. We have to understand that you and me are not the same biologically in how our energy might be. And I hope that that always introduces empathy and compassion, that there's a big luck card that we get. I have friends literally who are born without limbs. I have friends who are born with conditions in which their brain functions in very unhealthy ways. I have friends who've died so early of cancer. I have friends who have struggled with mental health. I have friends who've committed suicide. I have friends and family who struggle constantly with all sorts of biological health issues that is quote unquote not their fault. And it's important to realize that. Some of you feel terrible biologically, even though you're drinking all your water, you're eating all your greens, you do move and you do exercise. And so I'm here to say there is no preaching. We all have to take the cards we've been dealt and figure out how to care for ourselves, how to optimize the best that we can, how to improve, even if it's a little bit, incremental by incremental. But it starts with a biological understanding of where we are at. And this is why, again, as a person who's not a medical professional, I'm like, listen, if you don't understand closely how you feel and why you feel the way that you do, please, 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 if you've never done it, go get a full workup of every friggin' health test you can. As an adult, as somebody who's accountable for your health, go get the blood tests, go see the nutritionists or the dietitians, go work out with the trainer, go literally do all the genetic testing that you can do to understand what's up with you. I always tell the story of a friend of mine who's one of my partners in one of my businesses, one of my best friends in the world, who discovered at the age of 40 that, every morning he always had the sniffles and his nose was running and he's clearing his throat and everything. And found at the age of 40 that he was allergic to eggs. At the age of 40. Didn't know, spent 40 years having these reactions that made him fatigued and blowing his nose because he was allergic to eggs. And I think that's a sad thing about our society, is that we're not taught or trained or honestly empowered or equipped or served with some simple health support when we're young that says, hey, look, seems like you're allergic to this thing. Don't eat it. I mean, how is that not part of our educational process, right? Or healthcare system that, of course, we would all find out very early on and be tested multiple stages of our life, including every new decade. What are we allergic to? What preconditions might we have? What's our genetic makeup leading us towards? So this is where I say health is luck, right? Health might be luck, but it's your job to be aware. Your job, no one else's. No one's going to come and save you here. You've got to do the testing and see the medical professionals and dietitians and people who can help you optimize and care for your body. I believe that has to be something we demand of ourselves. It's not served to us, at least not in the society I live in. So we have to take accountability for that. So health is luck, ... But here's the thing. It's also self-respect and self-love.
Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news, talking this and that.
given it away. Messi, Elton to close him down. Messi! Barca take the lead. Ability.
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going today? Are we taking our defeats, are we taking our struggles and turning them into triumphs, or at least thinking about it? If we're not, or haven't had some success today, don't give up. This is where belief and determination steps in. This is where you have to remind yourself of how powerful your thoughts are. So go back at it again. If the day's not over for you, or if you are simply thinking about something that has happened, remember, you have a chance to learn from it now, but you have to believe that you can learn from it. You have to never give up on thinking about how you can learn from it. And that will turn this defeat, this loss, this pain that you may be going through, this challenge, it'll turn it into a victory. And it'll continue to build and build. But just don't give up and continue to believe that you can do it. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Most people are waiting for their life to change.
Yes.
So they can feel gratitude, to feel abundance, to feel whole. That's the old model of cause and effect, you know. So if you're living with emptiness, you're living with lack, you're living with pain, most people have been conditioned that something out there has to take away this emptiness or feeling inside of them. But if you believe that you're creating your life and you're living by lack, well, lack isn't going to create abundance, right? So then it makes sense then that you don't really actually create wealth, you generate wealth, you generate abundance. So the moment you start teaching your body emotionally what that future is going to feel like before it's made manifest, well, your body, as the unconscious mind, believes it's living in that future in the present moment.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I watch these videos every day because I need them for motivation. Being around successful entrepreneurs every morning helps me believe that I can do great things too. It's like your morning coffee, but for your goals, kickstarting your day with a blast of positivity. So here is a challenge for you. Try watching one video every morning for the next 30 days. And let's find out together if they help you do great things too. If you're in, leave a hashtag BELIEVE in the comments below so I can celebrate with you. So today, let's learn some subconscious reprogramming and unlock your millionaire mind. Enjoy.
It's a scientific fact that it's the environment that signals the gene, okay? The end product from an experience in the environment is an emotion. So when you begin to embrace an elevated emotion, you're beginning to signal the gene ahead of the environment. What's the importance of that? Well, genes make proteins, and proteins are responsible for the structure and the function of your body. And the expression of proteins is the expression of life. So by you creating an elevated emotion and teaching your body what that future will feel like before it's made manifest, your body's starting to live in that future reality in the present moment. Now here's the key. If you were able to become familiar with gratitude, become familiar with wholeness, become familiar with abundance, to become familiar with freedom, and you're able to generate those chemicals every single day, more than likely you would be walking around feeling like your future has already happened, and you would no longer be looking for it to happen. You would already feel like it has happened. Now, what is the importance of that? Well, you're literally becoming somebody else. So you're leaving your lack, you're leaving your guilt, you're leaving your emptiness behind. Your personality, literally, Ed, is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. And how you think, how you act, and how you feel is your personality, and your personality is intimately connected to your personal reality, your life. So then if you want to change your life, your personal reality, you got to change your personality. And here we go again. You got to start becoming conscious of your unconscious thoughts. You got to start noticing how you act, how you speak. You got to pay attention to how you're feeling. Some people would live in guilt their whole entire life and don't even know it's guilt because at least it feels like them. So then when you start doing that, you begin to objectify your subjective self. So then when you begin to make small changes, back to thought, a new thought should lead to a new choice. A new choice should lead to a new behavior. A new behavior should create a new experience, and a new experience should create a new emotion. And that new emotion is teaching your body chemically to understand what your mind has intellectually understood. Now your body is embodying the truth.
Rule number 2 is develop an abundance mindset with Jen Sincero.
What do you think are the key things that abundant mindset people around money do differently than scarcity mindset people around money? If you had to say 3 or 5 kind of key things.
They appreciate it, as you said. That is a biggie. They appreciate it and they speak about it as they love it. They're not weird about it. They're also generous with it, because when you pinch yourself off from giving, that is sort of a subconscious way of saying there's not enough to go around and it's not going to I'm not in the flow. So when you don't give generously, it's because you're scared that it's not going to come in anymore. They take risks. You know, you got to take risks. You are where you are because you've been doing what you've been doing. So if you want to change your life, you've got to do stuff you've never done. What else? Wealthy people. They learn about money. Like you focus on money. Like that was such a big thing for me too. Like when I was broke, I never wanted to think about money, right? I was all about writing songs and, doing much, more noble things.
Sure.
But when you're broke, all you think about is money. Like, I don't really think about money that much now that I have it. Like, but every single decision you make when you're broke is about.
Do I have enough to pay for this?
Exactly.
Can I afford it? What happens if I don't have it?
Right. You wake up first thing in the morning in a panic because you got to pay your bills. So you're always thinking about money. So it is really just sort of getting in the flow with that and just, being on good terms with it and focusing on it. And how are you going to make it? Like being realistic about your income streams and if you want to make it, you've got to coax it in, give it.
Rule number 3 is change your behaviors with Bruce Lipton.
95% of your life is coming from observing the other people, not observing you, but observing the other people. And so your behavior isn't yours. Now, Steve brings up the most important question. Well, how do we change these behaviors? And I go, first of all, you don't even know what the behaviors are because you weren't there when they were being programmed. I don't know what my behaviors are. What did you learn when you were in utero? Oh, you don't know. Oh, okay. What did you learn during the year from 0 to 1? Oh, you weren't there. You don't remember. Oh, what did you learn from 1 to 2? And I'm saying your conscious mind wasn't working at that time. So whatever happened, it's not in your conscious mind. And so the significance about all this is profound, because what the significance is, then you don't know your program. You don't know your program. And I go, oh, so what are my programs? And now, thank God, I can tell you what your programs are because of this. 95% of your life is coming from the program. Your life is a printout of your programs. You don't have to go backwards in your life. You could just say, where am I today? And here's a simple point. So all of you out there, ready? The things that you like that come into your life, they come in because you have programs to acknowledge them. But the things you want, the things you desire, and you have to work hard. You have to sweat. I'm going to make it over. I'm going to sweat over this. I'm putting a lot of effort. I'm working real hard to make this. Why are you working so hard? The answer is whatever that destination you were trying to get to, your subconscious program does not support that destination. And that's why your conscious mind is working so hard to get there. So I say, you got programs and you got them before you even knew you were being programmed. And then we have to identify those programs, because if you want to change your life, and you want to make it one that has wishes and desires, then you have to assess what are your programs now so that you can then change those programs and create the life you want.
Hi, I'm Bruce Lipton, author of the best-selling books, The Biology of Belief, Spontaneous Evolution, and The Honeymoon Effect. I'm here to thank Evan Carmichael for featuring me on his YouTube channel, and I want to let you know that Evan is giving away links where you can watch the first episodes of my special Gaia series entitled Inner Evolution for free. Evan is making this offer to thank you for watching this video. You will find the links in the description section below. Thank you.
Rule number 4 is stay open with Michael A. Singer.
This whole thing about abundance and attracting to yourself what it is that you want and how to use mantras and spirituality to make sure you have what you want. True spirituality is about not wanting. True spirituality is about being filled with joy from inside and then sharing that outside. It's not about attracting to yourself what you want. Is there a law of attraction? People ask me, is there a law of attraction? Yes. And you better be scared of it. Because if it's true that you attract what your mind is thinking, you better take a look at what your mind is thinking. It's not only when you're sitting there trying to attract something to yourself with affirmation. What about your mind all day when it's complaining and it's yelling at people and it doesn't like stuff? What if you're attracting that way? So you eventually catch on that it is not about getting what you want. It is about learning to find out that what you really want is to stay open and not have conditions on that openness. And then it comes down to, how do you do that? Are people capable of doing that? Or is that just reserved for, some special beings, Buddha and Christ, that have walked the face of the earth? Everybody is capable of that. How do I know that? If I tell you to pick up 5,000 pounds, you may not be able to do that. In fact, you won't. You won't be able to do that. So I've told you to do something that you have never done, and you're not doing it, so you may not be able to do it. But if you're actually already doing something, you're already doing it, and I tell you not to do it, you're always capable of that because you're the one who's doing it. So inside, you are the one who's closing your heart. You close it. You are the one who's closing your mind. You do that. They're your thoughts. It's your feelings. They're nobody else's. So you are in there doing these things. So if I tell you the way to stay open is to not close, I don't teach how to stay open. That's more like finding out how to get what you want. I'm interested in you learning to not close. What a difference. If I say to you, I want you to open your heart right now, you wouldn't even know how to start. But if I say to you, somebody says something you don't like, don't close, you know where to start, right? Because it's happening inside of you, and you see the tendency to do it. All I'm asking you to do is don't do that. And I'm telling you, that will take you the whole way. Don't worry about opening. Worry about not closing. There are going to be events that unfold in your life that naturally open you. A beautiful sunset, a bird singing. Sometimes you get what your mind wants, all right? You open. Great. Nothing wrong with that. Don't close. How come it only lasts a minute? How can you see a beautiful sunset? You feel like, oh my God, I looked into the face of God. Then you go right back into your mind with all your problems. Why? Why don't you learn to not close? Once you get some openness, start to work with yourself to not close. And this is how to get what you really want. The deep spiritual teachings are really teaching you how to get what you want. Because what you want is to feel love and joy and happiness all the time. And so if you can get that from within, you then can share it.
Rule number 5 is shift your perspective with Bob Proctor.
When you change your perception, you change your life. Think of this. How many different ways are there to look at how you can live your life? And think of the number of people that are saying, I'm so sick of living the way I'm living. Change it. You can change it. There's a million ways you can live. We're God's highest form of creation. All the little creatures out there completely at home in their environment, they blend in. They operate by instinct. We don't. We've been given higher faculties. We're totally disoriented in our environment because we can create our own environment. My goodness, when it comes to earning money, it's a piece of cake. Now look at. Man's mind stretched to a new idea never goes back to its original dimension. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that. A number of people actually said that. When you stretch your mind to with an idea, you'll never go back to its original shape.
And rule number 6, the last one before some very special bonus clips, is attract positivity with John Assaraf.
A lot of people who watched me and the other teachers in the movie The Secret, I think simplified the law of attraction into thinking that all you've got to do is, think about making more money, believe that you can achieve earning more money, and then more money is going to be attracted to you somehow through some mysterious process, almost as if, thinking and believing is the only thing that's needed in order to make the money that you want to make. And I think a lot of people were set off on the wrong path to making the law of attraction work for them. And so let me give you a couple of things on how you can exponentially attract more money through understanding a little bit more about energy, a little bit more about the process of manifestation. So, if you're ready, when we go to the fundamental fact that everything is energy, you are energy, the computer or cell phone you're watching me on is made up of tiny little bits of photons, vibrating packets of energy. We call that quanta. But if it was just enough to, to think and believe, that money's going to be attracted to you, everybody would be rich, wouldn't they? They'd have beautiful houses, nice cars, they go on vacations everywhere, and there would be a financial abundance windfall for everybody. But why do most people who believe in the law of attraction not end up being rich financially? And the answer is it's a little bit more complex than the surface of what was covered in the movie. So let me give you a couple of things to think about and do. When we're dealing with money, you've got to remember, yes, money is just an idea. We used coins and chocolates and seashells and livestock, and we bartered and traded, one thing for another, like bread for teeth cleaning, or working on a horse's hooves, for something that somebody else needed in a small village or town. So going back in time to the beginning, of when we even came up with this concept of money, money was created as a means of exchange between people. Money wasn't ever thought of as something that just popped into your lap or into your life just because you were meditating or visualizing, or hoping and praying and wishing that you had more money. It's a means of exchange. However, there are some things to focus on. If money is energy, and let's call that the spiritual side of energy, and we know that there is more than enough money for everybody. There's signs of money in cash and coins and golds and buildings and real estate, in products and services that represent money. We know there's more than enough of it. The key to getting the law of attraction into motion is thinking of it slightly differently. And instead of thinking of the law of attraction as something that, is attracted to you like a magnet, think of it as the law of resonance, something that when you become in resonance with, then there is more than enough. And so the question is, how do I become in resonance with more money? So first and foremost, I want to teach you a model called SEMP, S-E-M-P. And it stands for spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. And since you're into the law of attraction, you probably believe that everything is energy and that there is a spiritual side to your being and a governance of this incredible, universe and planets, etc. So let's assume that the spiritual intelligence is within you and within everybody else and in all things and all places at all times. It's omnipotent and omnipresent, right? And as I say this, my chimes are dinging. Maybe that's because that's the truth. Well, what if that's the beginning of the law of attraction? Get in resonance with abundance. Get in resonance with the genius part of yourself. Get in resonance with the people, the tools, the resources that are here right now that will help you achieve more income, more wealth. Part one. Part two is the E part of SEMP, emotions. What if you got emotionally connected to achieving the financial goals that you want to have? What if you picked a financial goal that you wanted to achieve, and then you started to feel as if that was already happening? Is it possible that by getting emotionally connected to that money, to that wealth, to that income, you're increasing the amplitude of the vibration of you, your 100 trillion cells governed by your brain, which we'll get to in a minute? And is it possible that if you have a financial goal and you see yourself in your mind's eye and you feel yourself achieving that financial goal, that you can become in harmony, in resonance with that income, that goal? Is it possible? Just think for just a moment. I'll wrap it all up in about 3 or 4 minutes. So the S is the abundance, the E is the emotion. Now let's get into mindset, your mental faculties. Earlier we mentioned, think and believe. But what happens if you believe that it's possible, but you also believe that maybe you're too young or too old? Or maybe you believe you don't have the knowledge or the skills? Or maybe you believe that, it's easy for other people, but not for you? Or maybe you believe you don't have the education? Or maybe you believe that you don't deserve it? Or maybe you believe that it's not the right timing? If you have a positive desire, goal, or vision, and you have disempowering, limiting beliefs, or a self-image that doesn't really believe that you deserve it, what may be happening is that you are not in coherence or in harmony in your mind and in your heart. And that means that even though you may be sending out these signals, okay, for the abundance, the money, the income, the wealth that you want, if either at the neurological level, the heart level, or the gut level, you don't really believe, for whatever reason, that you can achieve that goal or have that goal or have that lifestyle, then you are creating a chaotic vibration between your physical body, your emotions, your mindset, and in this field of intelligence, shall we call it. So far we've talked about spiritual, emotional, mental, and I've only scratched the surface of this. But now let's talk about the physical side of it. Do you remember earlier I suggested that we developed money as a means of exchange between people, companies, governments, etc.? Well, if you want to have more money, the question now becomes, are you doing the right things in the right order, in the physical world, to be able to create this circle, this exchange mechanism where you are providing your products, your knowledge, your services to others in exchange for money? You see, when people aren't in total resonance, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and physically, chances are that the law of attraction will not work for them. And since we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we have emotions, and we are able to control our mental models and our mindset, we can control the fears that we have of failure or being disappointed or embarrassed or shamed or ridiculed, because those are the things that hold us back from achieving our financial goals and life goals. The more you learn how to get in coherence, in harmony, the easier making more money becomes. And most people are never taught this advanced model called SEMP so that they can earn more, have more, live more, give more, be more. And they keep thinking that the law of attraction is think, believe, and you'll achieve. That's baloney. There are a variety of advanced methodologies that you can learn to get into total harmony, total coherence with earning 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more income, having the wealth that allow you to have the financial freedom, the choice freedom to pursue the things that you really want to pursue in your life.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight our favorite lessons from the video that will inspire you to remember what you learned today and actually apply them. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Let's go! We shake it off. Now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way. your hands up in the air. When we dance, we don't care. Wave left, now right. Then turn around and one more time.
Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side.
Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Some days you'll feel like you're on top, but some days go down like a big old flop. But I know what to do when I'm feeling blue. I just gotta feel the groove. Don't care what others say. No one's gonna ruin my day. Put a smile on, don't be shy. Begin to dance, it's worth a try.
Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side.
Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. We shake it off. Now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way. Put your hands up in the air. When we dance, we don't care. Wave left, now right. Then turn around and one more time.
Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it off, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side.
Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side. Shake it up, turn around. Don't let bad vibes get you down. Put your hands up, wave left to right. Then bring it all back to the other side.
Shake it off,
turn around.
Put your hands up, wave left to right. Turn it around. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off.
Now turn around. We don't let no bad vibes get in our way.
But the red mist is rising. Iniesta, it's a great run from Messi. Should be 4, is 4.
Good evening, guys. One of the most exciting things that drives me every single day to continue living, laughing, and loving my way to infinite mind wealth, and the reason why I'm trying to share my journey in life with you in the hopes of helping you, is because I know that we can take our struggles and turn them into our triumphs. We can take our pain and turn it into our greatest pleasure. And I want to share with you my personal story briefly. The reason why I'm so passionate about the power and control of our minds and how I believe it's possible is because I've had challenges with regards to my mind. I've had struggles. I've had pains, defeats in life, but I'm using them as fuel now. And I want you to as well. And I've learned from so many people that have done that. So if they can do it, we can do it. So let's continue that as we're on our path. Have a great evening, everyone.
Love is the greatest thing. Love what you do. I went to visit Earl Nightingale one time, way back in the 60s. I'll never forget it. And I was leaving. I was so grateful. I had an hour of his time. And I said, Earl, what's the real secret? I mean, what's the big deal? Well, he said, there isn't any big deal, Bob. There isn't any secret. It's simply a matter of sitting down and determining what you really love to do and then make a decision to dedicate your life to it. Man, did I get excited. He said the problem with most people is they don't know what to do and they never make a decision to dedicate their life to anything. I got so jazzed. I knew exactly what I would love doing. I would love to do what he was doing. I made up my mind I wanted to do it, and I wanted to do it with him. And I made up my mind I would make a commitment to that for the rest of my life. You know something? That's exactly what I've done. I love what I'm doing. I love it. I Absolutely love it. Now, when you love doing something, you'll run, baby, and you won't get weary. You'll walk and you won't get tired. You know why? You're a free flow. The energy is just freely flowing through you. You are the greatest instrument then that God's got. You're here to do God's work. What's God's work? God's work is creation. God's the creator. You're creating God's image. You've been given creative faculties. Fall in love with what you do, and you'll be creating great stuff wherever you go. Love what you do. Love the people that you're working with. Fall in love with the idea of love.
Need motivation?
Watch a top 10 with Believe Nation.
Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and I make these videos because as a young entrepreneur, I struggled to keep my business going. I had no friends, I had no mentors, I had no role models. And the thing that saved me was learning from the success stories of famous entrepreneurs. And in their stories, I got motivation, and I also got strategies for what I could do to grow my business and not stay stuck. And I still need their stories for motivation today. So today, let's learn from one of the best, Bob Proctor, and my take on his top 50 rules of success. Enjoy.
At a very early age, we put a cap on awareness, and then we say, now it's all about the intellect. And so we've got lessons in school, and you got to remember what's in the book, and if you pass the test, you get the degree. There's all kinds of people walking out of schools with degrees. They're going crazy by degrees, and yet they can't find work. They're broke. You got people that have a doctorate in economics, and they're broke. How could that happen? Because they don't know how to use the information they've gathered. The average individual is self-serving. They're always focused on themselves. I want you to just pay conscious attention today. Write a little note maybe that you fold up and carry in your hand. Why do you do that? Just to remind you that you want to pay attention to everybody you meet. What are they doing? Are they really trying to help other people, or are they really trying to find help for themselves? Are they self-serving, or are they serving others? You're going to find the people that are the best at serving others. They are the big winners in life. Figure out how you can improve the service you're rendering. Now, I'm probably a little older than you, so I've been running around the park for quite a bit longer than you. And I have learned one thing really well in life, that my success, my happiness is going to be dependent on how good I get at serving you or serving other people. I spend most of my time trying to figure out how to help other people. I do. I don't spend much time. You know, I get almost everything I want. Almost everything I want. There's very few things, I can't even think of anything I want. Christmas, birthday comes along, well, I don't know. Send a donation in my name. I don't want anything. And it's got to a point where I just want to serve others. That's all I want to do, is serve others. Now, I'm a pretty happy guy, pretty healthy guy, pretty wealthy guy. What have I done? I have just learned how to fall in love with the idea of serving other people. Our company's success is going to be dependent upon how many people we can serve and how well we serve them. We have a phenomenal staff of people in Proctor Gallagher Institute. I choose to believe that we have, I just love our staff. We have some of the most phenomenal people. And we've got people come, like we have a guy, Tommy Collier. The guy is a creative genius. He came, he wanted to come to work with us. I said, you want to work with us? I thought, wow, guy's so good. You will attract good people if that's all you want to do. Just serve other people. That's what we do. And we've got everybody in the company. That's where they're going. We got some pretty happy people, very successful people. And all we did is focus on serving other people. Companies that are enjoying the most success, they're the ones that provide the most and best service. This is the way it works. It always has worked that way. And I'm inclined to believe that it always will work that way. Fall in love with the idea of serving others. You'll be very happy, but you'll also be very successful. J.C. Penney, when he was 92, somebody asked him, how are you doing? Well, he said, my eyesight is fading me. But he said, my vision has never been better. Van Gogh one time was asked, how do you do such beautiful work? He said, I dream my painting, and then I paint my dream. Vision. vision. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. What is vision? Vision is a long-range view of a multiplicity of things you want to do. Now, your purpose is why you're living. Your vision then, you want everything to be on purpose. Your vision then is like a funnel coming out of your head, going off out into the future. It's a long-range picture of a multiplicity of things you want to do. Your goal is taking a bite out of your vision. So sit and think. I'm God's highest form of creation. I've got mental faculties that go beyond the scope of my imagination. And build a long-range vision of all the magnificent things you want to do. Live with a vision. If you're not doing that now, you're missing something in life that's very valuable. Stop whatever you're doing right now and totally relax and build a vision of doing all kinds of things in the future. They all blend in together, but they're all different, and your life just gets bigger and better and bigger and better and bigger and better. That's the vision of your life. Vision. It's a beautiful picture. It's like a movie in your mind. A vision. You build the vision with your imagination, not with your eyes, but with your imagination. See, a person hasn't got this. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. It's so true. So true. Build a vision.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight all of the lessons learned in this video, as well as pull out our 3 favorite learnings and quotes that will inspire you to actually do something. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there.
I quoted
And once again, legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed, focused on our breathing, back to our breathing. That powerful force, keeping us alive, keeping our energy flowing. And we don't really think about it. We never really attempt to control our breathing, most of us anyway. But we were born to do that too. To remember that in any moment, we can take charge of it, the way we take charge of our breathing. Same way we take charge of our mind, our thoughts. So reflect back on today. How did you do? Are you satisfied with your work ethic? Are you satisfied with your determination? Did you use it in its fullness, its beauty? Our determination is invisible. We cannot put our finger on it. We cannot see it, but it is there. We have the power to determine what we will think and what we will do. Today, we've won the morning. We've won our minds, and therefore we can win our day and our life. One breath at a time. thought at a time.